Hey YouTube, Barney Black here. This is Monday. I'm going to do videos each night which are going to talk about my symptoms with multiple sclerosis. Now, big caveat, these are my symptoms and these symptoms on their own are no indication of multiple sclerosis. You need to go through various tests, you need to speak to your doctors, eventually neurologists. So what I'm talking about, please don't take it in isolation if you happen to experience similar symptoms as something which could lead to MS. It probably doesn't. This is just a little bit of an update going through my chronological order of the symptoms that I've experienced having relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis. Particularly when I catch up with people where it's been some time since we last met, I get asked a lot, how am I? What are you feeling? Because to look at me, as far as I can tell, I look pretty normal. And that doesn't actually help people understand what symptoms or what remains of symptoms I have from the various relapses that I've experienced over the years, up to the point of actually being diagnosed with MS in 2017. So this first one is, and hopefully these are going to be in chronological order, and by that what I mean is they're going to be in the order of the symptoms I experienced. So 2002, as far as I can remember, is the first symptom that I know I can attribute to now being multiple sclerosis, and it is when I had the feeling of numbness, pins and needles, tingles in my outside two fingers here, this one and the pinky, all the way up to my elbow. And I also was unable to hold my weight doing a push-up. My left elbow would lock out and then just wouldn't allow me to do the movements that you do when you're doing push-ups. That led to a whole barrage of different tests, from an MRI to getting a different kind of physio. I wore a neck brace for a little while. And at that point, MS wasn't even on the agenda, it wasn't on the horizon, it wasn't part of the conversation that I had with doctors. I still have, since then, I've never lost that sensation of pins and needles in my two fingers, all the way down my arm and up to my elbow. It's been with me pretty much since 2002. Doesn't affect my grip, it doesn't affect my senses, so heat and cold. Actually, that's not 100% accurate. Cold is a much more sensitive feeling than it ever used to be, and my fingers stay colder for much longer. They don't have the ability to warm up, and then the same way the circulation of the rest of my body does if I've been out in the cold, for example. So pins and needles, and that's going to be a common thread in these videos, is one of those experiences because of what multiple sclerosis is, and I perhaps should have said that at the beginning. It's the nerve fibers which are wrapped with or coated with they're coated with something called myelin, the myelin sheath, which goes around the nerve and protects it from damage. My myelin sheath has gaps, and therefore the nerves get exposed, and that's when the damage can occur, which can lead to things like pins and needles without any real understanding of the reasons or the cause for it. So, pins and needles, that was my first step of symptoms on the road to being formally diagnosed. 15 years later, 15 and a half years later, and that's video one of a number of symptoms with MS. Thanks for watching.